We have just got the pond all set up for the spring. It's year 2023 and our season is opening, but it took a lot more work than usual this year because I did some extra stuff with the pond. Instead of me explaining it, let's go take a look.
So come along with me, it's SuzyQue. Hey.
Today I am going to be, don't mind the duck, draining the pond, power washing the rocks, and starting all over again. I'm going to be moving all the koi and the goldfish to different tubs while we do this process. Right now John and I are having fun. We'll see how long that lasts. Okay, you're probably not going to be able to hear me because the pump is going. I cut back my Rose of Sharon. I gave it to all the tortoises and turtles for now. Oh, I got to get some to the duck. I can't believe I missed the duck. I got to get the duck some Roses of Sharon leaves. She loves them. And then I'm going to keep going. We're pumping. I'm going to try to catch some fish. Right now there's way too much water in there to catch anything. I've got all these tubs set up for all the goldfish and koi. We started draining the pond with an external pump, which was working very well until we started hitting pure sludge. Still trying to catch all the koi and the red air slider, but I was able to get the yellow belly slider, Gina, out of the pond. I'm going to turn your attention to Gina because I want to see what happens to her, where she goes. I put Gina in this pond. I think she can get out fine, but I don't think she can get out of my yard, so I'm going to watch this just in case we have to do a search and rescue. You see Gina right here. Once we hit the sludge, we started power washing to dilute the gooey water, for lack of better words, and that seemed to help keep the process moving. Down all 4 layers till we got to the very bottom. We used the shop vac to vacuum the bottom of the pond with all the muck and debris and just kept dumping that out until the pump wouldn't work any longer. And then I had no choice but to do it by hand using a Home Depot bucket to fill up the sludge and get it out of there. And as we started filling up the pond again, we got about the first 12 inches and I ended up draining it again 3 times because we're rinsing off the rocks and all the sludge was settling into that small area, so I figured it's the best time to really get a fresh start. So we got it all pulled out and started filling up the tank again, and let me tell you, this was so satisfying. It's the first time in years that I was able to see the bottom of my pond, and trust me, I'm not going to make the mistake again of putting all that leaf litter and muck on the bottom. My turtles will be just fine living there in the winter without it. So we did have to change the filters about 3 times during this process as we're filling it and started up the filtration again, but I was prepared for it this time. I didn't remove the net at this time, I just rolled it up and kept it at the side of the pond. And then turning on the filter was so awesome. So it was at this point that we took a break and I just sat around enjoying the pond as it was. Early on in the season with no plants or flowers, not even any fish in the pond, but just enjoying the waterfall and the water. Okay. This is a big one. Okay. He's a big one. Definitely not like this little guy. Not like goldfish at all. Here we go. He's beautiful, blue-eyed. Come on, baby. He's a little guy. So this big guy I found on the ground. So I'm hoping he's okay. One of my favorite koi. Okay, he won't come up. Here we go. There you go, bud. Oh my God. So now that I got those koi in here, so I have 35 goldfish for sale if anybody wants them. They're actually for free. But because I'm getting some of the koi from my daughter and son-in-law's house, I'm not putting goldfish back in here. Although John did drop a few back in by accident. So I put the net back on over the pond. We waited a few weeks. The lilac bush started to bloom over the waterfall. It looked beautiful. But at this time of year, all those seeds from the maple trees start dropping. And they were dropping right through the net. I think in the past I've always used 2 nets. I didn't have 2 this year. And these seeds are crazy, man. They start sprouting up maple trees anywhere where they take so easily. So I was very patient and waiting, and I tried breaking them up. Then I tried leaf blowing them. I even tried power washing them a little bit, but I think I just made more of a mess. So I took the net off. The net I had to throw away because there was like a seed in every hole of the net. I just started netting them out of the pond again, trying to get them out from between the rocks. Zoe took a swim because the pond was clean and clear. I still have a bit of a ways to go to get all these seeds out from in between the rocks and off my lawn, but the koi seem to be doing very well. And I do have some floating potted plants. I've already last year planted some cactus pads. They're doing very well. Planted some lettuce along the fence. I'll remove this once it's a little more established, and a couple more pads here so that the tortoises can eat it from that side. My waterfall, since I can't really carry 2-man boulders, I've got my fern on this side, annual on that side, and some filtration plants. One is broccoli, one is the blood dragon, creeping Jenny, all in the waterfall. And I've got a flat of sedum to go around for the rock garden. As you can see, I still have more of these to come out. I'm gonna have to hand pull them out by hand because nothing else is working. I've tried raking, I've tried power washing, and of course the perennials that I planted last year are starting to come up. I got my irises back there, some sweet william in the back. Pretty excited. Pretty excited. This is going to be the first year in a long time it's just going to be fish and plants in this pond. My tortoises have moved to the upper level up here. So they are in this pond situation where I've got the filtration pumping up to the top, filtered through with creeping Jenny, rush. Oh, some more, I can see that there's some more irises in that waterfall. You can see there's the Ritter slider and the yellow belly up there. And nasturtium's growing here and there because it's all plants that turtles and tortoises can eat. So that might have been a lot of work, but it was definitely worth it. It's not something I would do every year. 100% water change. I'm gonna say I'll probably do it every other year, every third year, but there's no reason. I had this pond a couple years before doing that, and it's only because I put that actual muck, mud, leaf litter in the bottom of the pond. If my pond was a 10,000 gallon pond or larger, I would have no problem with that. But I couldn't see the bottom of my pond. Now I can see the bottom of my pond. So I can't wait to see what it looks like at the end of the year. I love doing the comparisons at the beginning of the season and at the end of the season. Thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, everybody, it's SuzyQue. Hey, everybody, it's SuzyQue. Nah, hey, everybody, it's SuzyQue. So come along with me. Said